Hi, and welcome to an Organized Chaos podcast. I'm Bobby Quarters. Chaos is here with me as well. We just wanted to thank you for watching.
Yes. Hey, Bobby.
And while you're here, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You could follow me on YouTube as well as Chaos and the podcast channel, which all three of those channels will be streaming this very show you're about to watch. All these counselors start dropping dead, left and right. Heinous killings. Turns out, that kid who drowned the year before, his mother came back to that camp and exacted revenge.
This job, we try to save as many people as we can. Sometimes that doesn't mean everybody. But you don't give up.
New York, Washington, D.C., Sokovia.
Okay, that's enough.
Captain, people are afraid.
That's why I'm here. We need to be put in check. Whatever form that takes, I'm game.
I'm sorry, Tony. If I see a situation pointed south, I can't ignore it. Sometimes I wish I could.
Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth.
I know we're not perfect. But the safest hands are still our own.
I was wrong about you. The whole world wrong about you. They're coming for you.
I'm not the one that needs to watch their back.
This doesn't have to end in a fight, Tony.
You just started a war. Stay down. Final warning.
I could do this all day.
On the roost!
Hey, everyone.
You're gonna be late.
Sorry, man, I'm up. I'm okay.
Hey,
Oh,
Petey's always been a bit clumsy.
you know me, clumsy, Petey, Parker. Help! Mr. Campbell, I remembered I left something in the bathroom. Deuces. Parker out.
Superpower size kid, know you want a neighbor like me. Look out.
Somebody help me! He's running, grab him! Gotcha!
I thought it was Dan Meat. Check out our next victim in his dumbass costume.
Is my suit really that bad? Ouch!
Oh!
Watch out for that ladder!
Just consider it a good deed from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's me, by the way. I'm Spider-Man.
Through the city so fast you could barely notice him.
I truly believe that I have these powers to help people, to protect them.
Taking off the mask, I know what you see. Know you want a neighbor, just a young man cleaning up the streets. Ain't nothing changed, no, this is the real me.
So, you're Spider-Man. With my help, you'll achieve greatness.
Oh, man! This suit's incredible! If you ever need another butt kicking, just look for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Know you want a neighbor.
And no, you may
may not be excused from said test. Ah, nice of you to join us, Mr. Parker. See me after class.
You asked for me. Here I am.
You want to help me?
Is there anything you remember?
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Thaddeus Ross.
Whatever this is, Cap, be careful. What do we know?
There were 5 shooters. This was a coordinated terrorist attack, sir.
I was a wartime general. Now I'm a wartime president.
Your inner circle's been compromised. Let me fix it.
Watch yourself. You're not Steve Rogers.
You're right. I'm not.
Wait for it.
We're on the brink of war. I can't trust anyone. Nothing about this feels right.
Captain America. You ever ask yourself, who's playing who?
Someone's been pulling the strings on everything.
You're under arrest? I don't want a variable out there that I can't control.
Stop!
Captain America, caught without his wings.
You like to play dress up and blindly execute the state's orders.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
What if this is a trap?
You don't even know what this is.
Since when were they red?
You want me? Come and get me!
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Yes, thank you, Bill. As always, Bill is always on point with the
fucking
excellent
thing
intro.
sucks.
This is true. This is true. Well, I won't say anything sucks today, but we'll get to it. I definitely have complaints about one of the items for sure. But we have an all Marvel show today, like just insanely Marvel.
Yeah, we do.
And I have an Elam that has hopped in my lap during the intro and taken over. He's taking over the show, Bobby. We can just walk away at this point. He's just going.
All right. Excellent.
This will be the Cute Cat podcast from now on.
I mean, I will try to get my cat, but that'll be a fight on its own. A hilarious one, but
hey, at some point the kitten in him will take over. He will bite, and then he will be kicked out. It will end that. The cuteness will end that quickly. But we got Captain America: Civil War. We got your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. What I thought would be the concluding episodes, but they may not be, so we have to pay attention to that. And then Captain America: Brave New World, the new one, which I was excited to see, and I have thoughts going into that. But are we ready to just dive right into Civil War?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so I'll let you lead, Bobby. What are your thoughts on Captain America: Civil War?
I really like this one. Well, this is probably one of my favorite out of all of the Cap movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like this one a little bit more than Winter Soldier. Just a little bit more. Yeah.
See, I like Winter Soldier a little bit more than this one, but like this one's This one's fucking
I
good.
think this one dives more into the character of the Winter Soldier, which is why I wanted to make sure that we got into both of these. And I was really hoping to dive into both back to back. Because that's kind of always how I've felt these viewings go. Like, even though I know it's completely out of order, but I'll always just, if I'm watching them and I just finish watching Winter Soldier, I'll go, I'll just watch Civil War now.
Well, that's the thing, that this movie handles it extremely well. Like, so like, you know, they announced this would be Civil War and the Russo brothers would be coming in. So it almost felt like a Avengers audition. So like you have like this huge cast in this movie, but yet it still is very much a Cap movie. I think it does a very good job of balancing that.
There's like, even though like that one scene is stacked, it's just that scene.
Yeah.
And I remember the advertising for this movie being billed on that scene. But it's surprisingly minimal, or just kind of what you would expect with it, because at this point the Avengers were a thing, and this was like the first after Ultron, right?
Was it? I was thinking there was something in between.
Vision's in this, so it's obviously after
Ant-Man. The first Ant-Man was in between.
Yeah, it was the first Ant-Man. Okay, so so we've already passed the Age of Ultron, because they did talk about the events of Age of Ultron in the movie, so it's definitely after it at some point. But they balance the after effects of that, and it's really one of the things that I feel gives mass credit to the MCU, as opposed to the Nolan trilogy of Batman, which is good in its own right. I'm sorry, not the Nolan, but the Snyderverse, the Snyder DC, of just how
I'm not
all
as
the
positive
destruction
on that one as I am on Nolan.
Well, no, I didn't mean that. I meant like how I got them confused for a moment. But with how the destruction happened in all of Man of Steel, and it was just meh.
Yeah,
nothing.
They mention it, but they don't really do anything with it. And here,
they mention it again after all the fan criticism, and say, "We hear you. If we're gonna do something about it." Bruce Wayne mentions it, and apparently by Bruce Wayne mentioning it, we as an audience have to go, "Oh," and that's it. But okay,
yeah,
cool,
well,
okay. But
this movie does that I think is really cool is it explores the politics of this universe. Like, what would happen politically if like we just had superheroes? Like, and the idea of like registration and stuff like that makes sense for governments to try to get control of this stuff. Okay, you're getting he turned. But I love the fact that it explores that. And then, you have Captain America, who essentially his argument is like, this is our, power. It's our responsibility. And, we can't just relinquish that responsibility onto government agencies and count on them to do the right thing. And then Tony Stark's like, I'm a madman inventor who made a killer robot. I think I should be regulated. And it's like, I do kind of feel like Tony Stark should be regulated, but I think broadly Captain America absolutely shouldn't be. I absolutely trust Captain America's judgment to do the right thing. But yeah, I think, but it does ask interesting questions, because like I don't feel anybody's entirely in the wrong here. I definitely feel like Cap's definitely leaning more correct. But yeah, I would say at the end,
I think
Tony's completely in the wrong.
Tony was overreaching from the beginning, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's a fair
I understood his stance and where he was.
Yes.
But in that moment of when like the first divide between he and Cap happened, I stood behind Cap on that one 100%. Like, I'm with Cap on this one, man. Like, you're this is not the fight that you want to have with him. Like, the man fought Nazis. Like, I just this is an uphill battle, Tony, and you're just so arrogant that you're just gonna keep fighting it head on.
That's part of what it's about too. Yeah, Tony. Like, So like Robert Downey Jr. made so much money off this movie, but like everybody turns in a great performance here. Like,
but it's also what makes Tony Stark too. His arrogance, and that's like also what makes the character that. Yeah, and Downey played him really well. And why this is one of my, I think like everybody, like you said, turns in a great performance.
Yeah,
Like,
performance I didn't really think about until this rewatching. Don Cheadle, that
Yeah.
ending scene where he's talking about like all the missions he's been on that he could have died on and he didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a good delivery. Holy shit.
yeah, I was watching this with a friend because we went to go see Brave New World together too. But before we were watching this one before we left, and right around that scene, he was like, "Wait a minute, wasn't he recast?" I was like, "Yeah, that was originally Terrence Howard, but like Terrence Howard somehow thought that he should be paid more than Iron Man."
Yeah.
So and somehow in his logic, he felt that he should be paid more than the top billed star, or like because he was flying around in an Iron Man suit, he like thinking
Yeah.
the movie would be named War Machine or some. I don't know
Yeah.
the gist of it, but he, to his credit, yes, he did suggest Downey for the part. Yes,
Mhm.
but
And
we were getting into it.
To
But
Marvel and
during
Feige's
the-
credit, they cast Downey Jr. because that was kind of his return. Because I mean, he's had a problematic career. And, like,
yeah,
he's
well,
a
was
success
it-
story at this point.
what was the? Well, there was a film before that, the one that they decided to give him a chance, and I think it was the one he did with Val Kilmer.
Are you talking about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
Yeah, I think it was that
think
one
that's
that they watched that one, and they were like,
I want to rewatch that because that's a fun one.
really? Because I've rewatched it recently. It's like good, like ridiculously good.
Yeah, I remember liking it. It's just been a while since I've seen it.
It's
but yeah.
well written, and
Mhm.
well paced. But but still, Downey always gives a great performance. But I don't think like Terrence Howard could have delivered that scene. And
Well,
gave
I
it the
mean,
same.
Terrence Howard's fought for his money, and like when you know the backstory, essentially they wanted Don Cheadle for the first Iron Man, but he was busy on our project. It might have been like Hotel Rwanda or something like that.
Which was
probably-
cool because
which
didn't
was
he
a
win
huge
the Oscar
movie.
for that? Didn't he win the
Yeah,
Oscar for that?
he was at least nominated if he didn't win,
Or at least nominated
because he's a
yeah.
great fucking actor. But like,
Well,
so
yeah,
Terrence Howard
he-
got that role, and they grossly overpaid him. And then when he ducked out and Don Cheadle was available, it's like, okay.
Yeah, honestly, his roles in the Ocean's movies are like probably some of my favorite characters that I've watched him portrayed or
Mhm.
play.
Oh yeah, no, Don
Like that
Cheadle,
character, yeah,
consistently
yeah.
always does a good job.
Oh, yeah.
Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace. Fucking, I love how Black
I
Panther is kind of
completely
the center of
forgot
this.
about. I forgot
Yeah.
about that until
Yeah.
like the few months. I was like, oh, man, just
Yeah, when he
man.
popped up, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's right. This is his introduction.
And as soon as I
Um,
was like, I like the whole time, like he was talking with his father, I was just thinking I should watch 42 again. That was a great movie. That was
Dude, he was a
great
great
movie,
actor.
yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
loss, but like he's kind of the center of this because like vengeance becomes a major theme of this movie, and it's you got Black Panther's getting consumed with vengeance because he thinks Bucky killed his dad, but then eventually that comes back to play in a big way at the end, where Rob Downey Jr. Iron Man Tony Stark does find out that Bucky did kill his parents. Now he was under control of Hydra, but he did kill his parents, and vengeance just takes over. And that is officially the point where I consider Iron Man completely in the wrong. You need to take a step back, think about this. I
Mhm.
understand your emotions are wrapped up, but
I completely understand
Dude.
where you are right now, but
I understand where you are, but you need to take a step back. It's one of those things where it's like, relax.
Tony, look,
Yeah.
we need just listen to me.
Mm-hmm. And it even dealt with a little bit of issues with Captain America, because typically he's kind of just the up and up guy, but like there's kind of a fuck up on his part because he did and you find out real briefly about how Hydra killed the Starks, Tony's parents. You see that very briefly, and this is where it gets addressed. It's like, yeah, Captain America knew who killed your parents. He didn't know it was Bucky specifically, but he knew Hydra was involved.
How could he? But he found out about it shortly, like a short time before that. So
Mhm.
it's just more of like, how do you tell them that?
Yeah, like when does that pop up in the regular conversation?
Or how do you bring?
Okay.
How do you say it without expecting him to react that way?
Yeah.
I mean, I believe at this point he had already destroyed all the suits, so he just had the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's essentially a conversation that need to happen, but like, I get why it just never came up because it's like, how often does that drop up? But yeah, amazing performances. I think they do a great job essentially fracturing the Avengers. I love Daniel Bruhl as Zemo. Like I was a little bit disappointed when I heard there'd be a villain instead of just being the Avengers fractured like he is in the comic book. Yeah. I thought they handled Zemo so well in this. He works well. Yeah.
The one thing I've noticed which is why I've always like, if I could do my own fan thing, I would hire the Russo brothers to write not just a Batman story, but a Batman villain story.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'd be down for Russo brothers doing Batman.
Hey,
shit.
Now, you didn't even ask what villain.
I would be down for whatever they choose.
I would hire him to do a Two-Face one. yeah. That's why.
That is a character like,
or
maybe
even
got closest with it, but
or even really.
It's like I like what they did with Two-Face in the Dark Knight, but like I want more.
I was kind of wishing that they didn't kill him off, and we could have had him as that predominant role, which is why I felt the third film fell apart. I have my issues with this theory, with these series of films. I have one issue for it, and it's a really big one. And it's just I love everything about it, the feel, the aesthetic, like the vibe of it. I just hate the fucking car. I hate the car.
I assume we're on Dark Knight, but
Dark Knight, and no, just the car in general. I fucking hate that car.
I remember when I first saw it, I thought it was cool, but like at this point in my life, I'm like all for the Tim Burton one because it's not realistic. Go for it.
The Batman one I thought was way more based in reality, but
true. That one's decent. Yeah, I kind of like that one.
It's just a fucking mean muscle car.
Well, I mean, as much as I appreciate the Dark Knight trilogy, it is I don't feel it's aged particularly well. I think the Captain America movies are aging way better. Honestly.
No, honestly, but yes, but that would be my dream for the Russo brothers, just to see them do DC, since they obviously understand the subject material well. Because, I mean, me just being a very casual comic fan and just like reading the main marquee names of that, honestly, I have to just research. Hey, who is Zemu? Or just who is Zemu, and read about him and get like all the knowledge I have off of him from there, and just, man, he portrayed him so well. And that actor, again, another one, rarely turns in a bad performance.
Yeah, Daniel Bruhl, always good.
Actually, this time watching it, I realized exactly where it is I first saw him from, and the movie where I always think of him as whenever I see him in any other movie, and it's Inglourious Bastards.
I don't remember him in that. I always think of him in the Ron Howard racing movie. I don't remember.
I was going to say, oh, you don't remember?
Good in it.
I was going to say, you don't remember him from Inglourious Bastards?
I haven't seen that since it came out. I should rewatch it.
He's Frederick Zoller. He's the Nazi hero. The one they made the movie about. So this is technically the second movie where he's played a similar character type.
Yeah. But, this is great. In case you're not sure, Captain America: Civil War is a fantastic movie.
And this is where
one of the 5 people who hasn't seen it, watch it.
And this is where the fun debate started. And because of this, we also got the beautiful first Marvel short, I believe, or at least the first one ever, was the one where it was like showing what Hulk was up to, or not Hulk, but what Thor was up to. He was
that wasn't the first. Actually, those were some of the last ones.
Okay.
They were fun. Yeah. That was
at least the first one I remember actually watching in context. So
it was what the stuff
he was hanging out with his roommate, or it was his roommate talking about what it's like living with Thor.
Dude, like that is hilarious. That was stuff that I'm brain farting. I was saying Taika Waititi. That was stuff Taika Waititi did while doing Ragnarok. That was fun. Thor and his roommate. Yeah, it's kind of rough living with Thor. If you guys haven't seen that, check it out. It's hilarious.
He leaves the hammer everywhere.
Yeah, he left it on the toilet seat once, and he just couldn't go, and it was really frustrating. Yeah, but yeah, Captain America: Civil War, fantastic movie, fantastic performances, just good job overall. Really, really enjoyed this one.
Like I kind of call it a half Avenger movie.
It is. Well, I mean, it's not even a half Avenger movie. All you're missing is Hulk and Thor. This is a shit ton of Avengers in this one.
Yeah.
It's like, I think calling it Avengers 2.5 isn't entirely unfair, although it is very centered on Cap and Bucky. Although, you know, obviously Iron Man gets a lot of screen time being the main villain. Although Zemo's kind of the main villain. You could argue back and forth.
Zemo is the villain. Zemo is the villain, definitely.
Zemo's the villain, but yeah, Iron Man was definitely the heavy they had to get through to get to him. But excellent movie. Lots of characters, but they feel well distributed throughout. Just good fucking movie. Are we ready to move on to Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So like when I saw the first, okay, so I'll go ahead and say the release schedule on this is weird. So there was supposed to be 2 episodes, then 3 episodes, and 3 episodes that's done, but apparently there's going to be 2 more, so we might be talking more about this next week. But we'll go over the 8 we've seen at this point. And the first 2, if you remember 2 weeks ago when we talked about it, I liked it, but I wasn't sure if I was going to 100% dig it. There was elements I liked. It's like I wanted to see what they did with it.
How do you feel now?
And then moving now, I really like it. I really like what they're doing with this.
That's good.
There's
I'm
lots
happy
of
to hear
elements I
that.
really enjoy.
I'm happy to hear it. I enjoyed it from the beginning. I'm a Spider-Man fan, so like I was all about this, and I'm liking the play on the new universe or on this universe.
Yes. Yeah, they're doing. I like. Yeah, so one of the things they're doing is that's really fun. So it's a new universe, but it's a lot like the MCU. So right now, a lot of the stuff we're seeing is during the Sokovia Accords, and they're explaining how Spider-Man's in the Sokovia Accords, and we're seeing like the Sokovia Accords affecting people street level. And I'm like, wow, if they continue this, are we going to see like street level what it's like when like half the universe gets dissolved, and maybe in this universe Spider-Man isn't dissolved? There's lots of interesting stuff they could do with this. And that's not even my favorite aspect of the series. So when I was talking about my what I liked about the beginning, it was the relationship between Lonnie Lincoln and Peter Parker. And like they built up like an unlikely friendship between them. And then since then, they haven't had a whole lot of time together, but their lives have been parallel, but going in alternate directions. There is a Spider-Man who is, getting recruited by Norman Osborn, getting these cool costumes, kind of becoming a fully fledged hero. Meanwhile, Lonnie finds out his younger brother's in a gang. Yeah. And he agrees to take his brother's spot in the gang if they leave him alone. So Lonnie gets involved with the gang. And then he starts becoming a major player in the gang. And then he starts, and you can see how how a person can get involved in stuff like that, because a gang has fights, and he ends up in a gang fight, and now that throws his allegiance more into the gang. So like you're seeing the hero side of the story, but you're also seeing how someone who's means well, who's a good person in his heart, can be thrown down a dark path. And of course, I mean, we could talk about the obvious implications of that's far more likely to happen to someone who's African American in this country than white, and that's a big role in this. I like that they're exploring that. This is way better than I anticipated them actually going with this. And of course, we have the secrets of what is Norman up to, because he is sus as fuck. We also get other characters in this.
All I know is that the motherfucker already has a glider, so
Yes, he is already dipping his toe into Green Goblin territory.
I mean, he's already rocked a green suit every single time.
Mm-hmm. But we also have Otto Octavius before he's Dr. Octopus out there causing mayhem.
He has the arms.
He does? Did I misremember?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, shit.
Some guys track down the warehouse. They try and rob him, and the arms come down from the ceiling and fight the guys. And, obviously.
Oh, yes. Yeah, they aren't fused to him yet, though.
They're created.
Mm-hmm.
They exist.
Yes, they do. Yes. But,
like the glider. And I mean, I don't know. We've already met like 4 of the Sinister Six already.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I'm really, I like what they're doing with Nico and Harry, because it feels like they're building up a good relationship between those two. I've switched from being kind of on the edge liking this to kind of being kind of completely on board with what they're doing with this. I won't say it's as good as X-Men 97, but it's really good. I like what they're doing. I have nothing but praise. How about you, Bobby?
Oh, I'm enjoying this too.
Yeah. And honestly, the more I've gotten into the story, the more I've been, kind of forgiving because the animation threw me off initially, but like, the more I'm into the story, the more I'm like, okay, I'll forgive the computer animation in the filler, because I like the animation style, and then the computer animation filler threw me off. But like, the more I'm into the story, the more I'm like, fuck it, I'm down. Let's do this.
Yeah, I kind of stopped noticing it after a while, but it doesn't pull me out of it. Not like the one that was from the early 2000s, the animated series. Remember that Spider-Man one? Like the one that seemed like almost every nighttime scene was underneath a black light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've seen clips of that, and it's not.
It's horribly. Yeah. The web slinging is disorienting.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I have nothing but praise for this at this point.
Good. I'm happy.
Good.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
It changed your opinion on it,
Yeah.
because I had loved where they were going and the whole idea of it, and I don't know. I'm happy that you put that clip in there of it for the intro of him talking about when he first got the powers, how he seriously felt like it was only just for him to help people, and that whole bit of dialogue, I was like, yeah, this kid's a good Peter Parker.
Yeah,
this is a good Peter Parker. I'm all for it.
I mean, I will say I think the actor might be not the smartest, but he does a good job here.
There's times where no, what happened?
Oh, the actor was saying he was concerned, like he did an interview and he said he was concerned the series would be too woke, but then when it came out, he thought it was fine. And it was just like, you're using woke seriously, bro? Come on.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where it's like, dude, don't be a dumbass. But yeah, this is good. And yes, if we're going to use the word woke seriously, I think this definitely qualifies. But yeah, this is really good.
You keep using that word.
Oh no.
Yeah. I don't think it means,
Bob.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
But it's yeah. I'm enjoying this. Want to see where it goes. If there's more episodes, I'm down for it. If it's continued next year, I'm down for it next year. I'm at the point where I want this to have multiple seasons. I'm down for it continuing.
I'm already happy with the crossovers that we've gotten with Daredevil already. That was
we got
cool.
Daredevil with Charlie Cox, one of the few returning voices. This was awesome.
It took a few moments where I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like I that's not, and I looked it up. I was like, "Holy shit, that is him! That is fucking Daredevil!"
Man, since they re-signed him to Disney, they have been giving him cameos left and right, and I'm not complaining. But yeah,
no,
like we got Charlie Cox Daredevil, and we're gonna make sure you guys know it.
Yeah, like he was in a few of What If, wasn't he?
Yeah, I
Was it?
believe he
Yeah,
did some What
yeah.
If. He did She-Hulk. He did
Yeah,
he did a
She-Hulk.
little bit of Echo.
Which I honestly, I'll admit, still him walking home barefoot that
Yeah.
early in the morning is still one of the most funniest gags.
dude, that
ever.
was one of the better episodes of the series. That was solid.
No, just that gag is like still.
Yeah.
Oh god, that is just so underappreciated, but it's so
Yes.
hilarious. Marvel.
It's a walk of shame, but I think he had a good night.
It's a
It was good night
superhero
for
walk
him.
of shame. Like
Yeah. It was a good time had by all.
because you
But,
see both
yeah.
men and women both have walks of shame. Never dressed as a superhero though.
Yeah, that is for sure. But yeah, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, very
It's
good.
Very
Yeah.
good.
I guess are we ready to get into Brave New World?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, Brave New World. Bobby, I have a question for you. Is it possible to like a movie and also be simultaneously really disappointed with a movie? Because that's kind of where I sit with Brave New World.
Underwhelmed.
Yes, this is a decent movie, but
Yeah, it's a great Captain
yeah.
America movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I would argue it's the worst of the MCU Captain America movies so far, but still puts it in good company. I wouldn't call this bad at all. Like I
No.
enjoyed it. I thought actually I thought the first like half hour and the whole setup for the story was actually really good. And I just wish the movie had explored what it had set up more.
What you mean? Like we got more of Tim Blake Nelson?
Well, no, I think that he was fine. I would have liked to explore Isaiah Bradley a bit more. I would like to
I would have
explore.
too.
I would like to. I felt a big theme. So, like the big theme of Falcon and the Winter Soldier was essentially Sam Wilson accepting the mantle of Captain America, and I thought handled it pretty well.
Mhm.
And I felt like the natural theme of this movie would be the world accepting Sam Wilson as Captain America. And I feel like the story is set up for that, but they don't do it. It just, he is Captain America. And I feel like that's kind of playing it safe. Because obviously, like, yes, people have been like, racist attacks essentially saying, he's not our Captain America and crap like that. And it's like, he's a legacy character. He is Captain America. Just deal with it, guys. But I feel
Just
like
in the books.
that real life stuff could play into the movie, not directly, obviously, but like, and you even have it hinted at. There's that moment where Thaddeus Ross says, "You're not Steve Rogers," and it's like, you're gonna play more off that. But that's really about the only moment where they're kind of questioning him. And I really feel like there's more to this movie that got cut out. I feel like there's
Yeah.
probably, it wouldn't surprise me if there's a really good movie in this, and instead we just got a decent movie.
Kind of like a half Manchurian Candidate almost.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Bobby?
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah. It's not bad at all. I think one of the things it does really well is like, you could argue that this is a sequel to so many projects. It's obviously it's Captain America 4. It's a semi-sequel to Civil War. But you also got a sequel to Eternals. You got a sequel to Incredible Hulk. You got a sequel to Falcon and Winter Soldier here. And I would argue it actually handles all that and integrates it pretty well. I don't really have complaints of all the stuff it draws upon.
The payoff. That payoff was nice because that's something that's a payoff I've been waiting for with the Incredible Hulk and Tim Blake Nelson. That's one that I've been waiting for forever. Well, as great as what's funny is my friend who we watched this with, we both watched Incredible Hulk together too in theaters. So that moment we were both like, dude, like kind of freaking out about it because holy crap, they're finally
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like I read an article today about this where the director thought, like, why they didn't bring Mark Ruffalo in. Well, we thought we already had one Hulk, so thought we didn't need another Hulk. And besides, nobody would want to see I mean, I'm not even going to finish that sentence because Red Hulk versus Green Hulk.
I mean, I am down for Red
Yeah.
Hulk versus Green Hulk, but I think that would be a distraction from.
And it would have been a distraction from the
a story.
Captain America movie.
Yeah, it's a Captain
exactly.
America story, and the idea of bringing in Red Hulk, and lots of people are missing the point. It's one of the things that you do is when you set up a hero and you give the hero lots of abilities, and they do. They set Sam Wilson, Captain America here has a Wakanda-made suit. His wings, you see, act like Black Panther's suit, where it absorbs kinetic energy and he can discharge it at will.
Yeah, that was
He's
fucking
not
cool. That was
he's not
cool.
Yeah, he's not nearly as good with the shield as Steve Rogers, but he has gotten better. He definitely has a couple cool tricks with it.
And he still is, and he actually utilizes it while flying a lot too.
Yes,
which
which is
cool.
excellent. Yeah, he has his own Captain America style, which is something I always liked about the Sam Wilson's Captain America, and something I felt he had over Bucky's Captain America, to be honest, because Bucky's Captain America was kind of just the same Captain America
Steve.
shit. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Steve.
There's and it's not to say he's bad; it's just the same shtick. And Sam Wilson actually added a original element to it. And they show that. And another strength, a couple of really big strengths to this movie. The chemistry between Danny Ramirez as I'm going to slaughter that Hoakin. I'm slaughtering it, but the new Falcon, the chemistry between Danny Ramirez and Anthony Mackie as Captain America, new Captain America, new Falcon, I thought was excellent. I like them as partners. I thought Harrison Ford did a damn good performance as Thaddeus Ross. I miss William Hurt.
Well, we know why William Hurt can't be here.
Well, yeah, he passed away a few years ago,
Yeah.
so it
Yeah,
slows
that's
it down,
why.
unfortunately.
But did you also find it hilarious when they showed that archive footage of Thaddeus and he had that and Harrison had that
Yes,
really bad
yes,
looking fake mustache?
yes, yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, I'm happy that you also found that funny. No one
yeah.
else in the theater, but me and my friend found that to be as funny as it was. But I think it's
Yeah.
probably because Harrison Ford notoriously can't really grow facial hair that well.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the things like we brought up William Hurt, and I was like, I feel like Harrison Ford feels like a bit older than William Hurt. And I looked it up, and there's an 8-year age difference, which is kind of makes William Hurt was only 71 when he passed away, and Harrison Ford right now is like 82, I want to say.
So this is the second time Harrison Ford has played the American president.
True. So we need Gary Oldman in this movie.
Oh man.
But I have mixed feelings about Ruth Bat Seraph. Like I don't really know if she's still Sabra. I don't know Sabra's real name. I think it's questionable to bring a character like that into the MCU and not really address why you're bringing that character in, but they she's just kind of there. I don't think she gives a great performance. I have mixed feelings about her involvement, but again, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like they could explore the politics they're introducing a lot more than they do. It's almost like this movie's afraid to really probe the politics of a lot of this stuff. It glances at the politics, but doesn't really dive into them like it should. And like I said, I feel like the storyline, it's like right there. You have this character who has been experimented on by the U.S. government for decades. And he has just done, I feel like there's a setup in the trailer, so I don't feel like this is spoilers. This is your Act 1 stuff. He does an assassination attempt on Thaddeus Ross, the president.
Yeah.
And essentially, Sam Wilson, he runs, and he's able to get away for a little bit, and then he just stops. Sam catches up with him, and he looks at Sam, and he's like, how'd I get here? What's going on? He's completely like, I have no idea what the fuck just happened. And like, there's so much to explore with that. I think that's a really fantastic setup and really interesting. Because this driving point at that point is Sam Wilson figuring out who's behind this, proving Isaiah's innocence. I like that setup, and it just after that it gets very surface level. It's like I feel like this movie. I want to see a director's cut. That's why I want this movie. I want to see the original vision. And we'll probably never will, because Marvel's notoriously bad at releasing any sort of alternate cuts. And to a degree, I get that. But like this one, I feel there's a better version of this movie. There is. What we got was decent. I'm not saying it's bad.
Like,
but
I'll even take an extended
cut. It could have been
cut.
better. Yes.
I'll take an extended cut.
Better. Yeah. Imagine exploring these storylines. I feel like this movie is almost too scared to actually probe the politics. And maybe that's because of the criticisms of Falcon and Winter Soldier. But I'm sorry. If you're going to explore politics, I think Captain America is primed to do that. And I think one of the things Winter Soldier and Civil War do is explore the politics of the situation. They do that wonderfully. I feel like this movie just feels too scared to actually do that. It's frustrating. Again, I like this. But I'm also disappointed in this, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucifer here is coming in with some great stuff. Imagine you did that. You went harder on the government corruption, went harder on how uncomfortable the world is with U.S. superheroes. There's stuff to explore here. And it doesn't do that. What we end up with essentially with this is a fun action movie. And you know what? It's fun. So I don't want to shit on it too much, but
no.
It's like I watch it. It's like I enjoy it, but I can tell there's something else there. And it's like,
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's declawed.
It is declawed. Yeah. No, it just like it didn't quite get there, but just a little underwhelming.
Yeah. Again, great performances. I thought Harrison Ford was fantastic as the new Thaddeus Ross. Daniel Ramirez is great as the new Falcon. Anthony Mackie, once again, fantastic. Carl Lumley is, again, fantastic. Giancarlo Esposito, fucking fantastic as Sidewinder. Tim Blake Nelson.
Tim Blake Nelson. Yeah, just
fucking
enough said right there.
shit. Yeah.
Always great. Always great.
I will give a criticism, though. I was not thrilled with his makeup. I thought his makeup was underwhelming. I don't know how you do comic book accurate makeup, but I just didn't like the look of him.
Well, let's bring up a picture of what he looks like in the books.
Oh, give me just one moment on that one. We can show that, but I don't know how you do that comic accurate.
Oopsie.
Yeah, he is such a comic book character. Yeah, it's low res. Let me see if I can get higher res. That should be all right. Okay. There we go. That's the comic book leader.
Oh,
I understand that's not going to look great, but
well,
I don't really like what they landed on.
They've always kind of taken from it in the inspiration and dialed it back a little.
Yeah.
He wasn't quite that green. More of like a hue to him, but
yeah.
All right.
Lucifer, I'd probably go ahead and give it a 7. Like 6 for me is like leaning towards negative, but like not like hating it. Whereas 7 is like where I'm leaning positive, and I do lean positive on this one. I just, like I said, I enjoy this. I like this, and I also find it frustrating and disappointing all at once. I will say, another thing I will say, especially after watching Civil War, because I know that's a big criticism. It's like, well, Bucky was supposed to get the shield first. Following the MCU storyline, especially after Civil War, it wouldn't make sense to give the shield to Bucky. He is still dealing with a lot of stuff, whereas Sam Wilson has always been there with Captain America, always been right by his side, and always been a trustworthy friend, always had good judgment. It makes sense for Sam to get the shield in the MCU.
Like
it really does.
There's a reason why Sam was the first guy that he busted out of the raft.
Yeah.
Or like, there's a reason why Cap busted him out first.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's fine. It's entertaining. I like it. I just wish it was better.
Yeah.
Good solid fight scenes. I like the introduction of adamantium, even though I wish they'd done a bit more with it. Well, I don't really care about that.
I'm very happy they brought up the Celestial out of the fucking Earth.
Yes, and that's where adamantium comes from, which I think is a clever way to handle that.
Yes, and I'm happy that I'm also happy you brought that up because I'm cool with this. I'm okay with this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay with it.
The adamantium came from this Celestial. That's how come it didn't exist in the MCU before. Has nothing to do with copyright at all. Just the Celestial hadn't risen yet, guys. There's no copyright issues before then.
That's how they're just working. They're working around it. They're working their way around it. Man. They didn't have the legal rights. They didn't have the legal rights. That this is what I believe. Just what technically is just referred to as covering their ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it works. It works. And I like the idea of it being like something where all these nations are going after it. And again, it's something to explore a bit more that they don't really. It just kind of results in a fun action scene. It's like, okay. Again, it's a decent movie, but I want it to be better. I want it to be better.
There we are. We were disconnected on my end for a little bit.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. You seemed like you went really quiet for a moment. I was wondering if you were still there.
I'm here.
You see, yeah, Lucifer, I would probably put this alongside Love and Thunder, honestly, because I don't hate Love and Thunder. I thought Love and Thunder was fun, but it's definitely got flaws, and I'd say this is probably in that same category.
Yeah, Love and Thunder definitely has its flaws.
Uh-huh.
It's just, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay. Well, that is it for the show this week. Let me go ahead and dig up next week, which may or may not have some more episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We will see. I know. God, what's even coming out next week? Oh, yeah, Invincible. We're definitely talking about Invincible because I didn't even know season 3 was coming out so soon. All of a sudden, it's released. I'm like, holy shit, I need to add that. Go do this up. Oh yeah, Nimona. That was the thing you brought up to me.
Yeah.
We talk about Nimona next week, and then we will talk about either Steel or Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Steel will be talked about. Don't worry, we will get to it depending on what happens.
Come on, Steel.
And then we got Invincible season 3, episodes 1 through 5.
I mostly just want to torture you with Steel because you've never seen this movie.
Yeah, well, I will. When that comes up, I will make my daughter watch it because I'm not gonna lie, we definitely bond over watching bad movies.
Oh, so you're gonna make her watch the in 2 weeks that movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
good,
I think we've already seen that.
Just,
honestly,
I'd hope so. I'd be disappointed in you as a friend if you
just
haven't
to give
showed
you an
your kid
idea,
that.
like, she was all like, we've been talking about how we need to watch some Neil Breen, and she's like, I showed her The Room and Samurai Cop, and while I was at work, she made an effort because my parents hate watching those crappy movies that we just love because they're just crap, and my daughter made them sit down and watch The Room and Samurai Cop. That's my girl. But yeah, yes. So Invincible, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, or Steel, and then Nimona for next week. So I'm trying to think what else. So we'll probably do Initiative tomorrow sometime. I'm a little bit off because it's Tuesday, but last week was hellacious. So thank you guys for joining us. A day off, but make sure to like and subscribe. All 3 of the channels: Organized Chaos
Yes.
Podcast, and Bobby Quarters over there. Like and subscribe to all 3. And then next week we got hopefully a solid show again. Anything you want to add, Bobby? Or are we signing out?
I think we're signing out right now.
All right. Yeah, all right. So guys, party on. Be excellent to each other. Oh yeah, I have a new comic book poll up, so make sure to check that out.
Oh wait, no. Yes. 200th episode plug. Yes.
Oh yeah. 200th episode will be coming up. Yes.
On this channel, on the
Let me
Organized
dig
Chaos
that up,
podcast channel. On
Let me
that
dig
right
that up
now,
because I can't actually directly link to it. So you guys have to take the initiative and go to the Organized Chaos podcast channel, like and subscribe to it while you're there, and then vote on the poll. Let me go ahead and dig up that poll.
We have
here.
a poll under the community tab, and what that poll is we have decided that we are gonna watch a movie, as we do every week, but this one we're gonna let you guys pick.
Yeah,
So-
we're going to talk about some of our favorite movies, but we're also going to talk about a stinky movie, a brand new stinky movie.
And we're letting you guys pick the terrible film.
There's not that many votes there. Come on, guys, vote. It's right now it's neck and neck between Pluto Nash and Catwoman. Please don't do Catwoman. Oh my god.
Oh man.
I have not seen Pluto Nash and I have not seen Leonard Part 6. I've seen Battlefield Earth, and I will watch Battlefield Earth so many times before rewatching Catwoman. I'm not lying.
Oh, is that really where we're at right now? How many votes total?
Yeah, it's neck and neck, and because I'm not signed into the podcast, I was able to vote, and I went ahead and voted for Pluto Nash because I haven't seen it.
Oh, no. No.
I've seen Catwoman in Lucifer. It's not going to surprise me.
I haven't voted for it under my channel's page.
Yeah. So I've seen Catwoman and I've seen Battlefield Earth. I've not seen Pluto Nash or Leonard Part 6.
My mistake. It is under the post. It is under the post tab, not community.
Yeah, it's not community
My
tab
mistake.
anymore because they changed it.
And I'm gonna vote now. Yeah.
You're putting a vote for Leonard Part 6?
No.
Oh, you suck. Guys, Catwoman can't win this. I don't want to rewatch Catwoman. I saw it a few years ago. It sucks still.
Oh, you did see it a few years ago?
Yeah, well, I saw it when it came out, and then I rewatched it I did a video. I did Venom versus Catwoman because I didn't know what to
That's
compare
right. That's
Venom
right.
to.
That's right.
Yeah, and it still sucks. Like Venom sucks too, but it's better than Catwoman.
No, that's not.
I
changed my vote. I changed my vote. I took that back.
Yeah. Ooh, well, we can see where it's at now. But guys, make sure to go vote. It's at the Organized Chaos podcast channel. Oh, Battlefield! I'm always down for some Battlefield Earth. I'm not.
Fuck yes. I mean, are you kidding me? Travolta chewing scenery, in a goofy wig. And,
yes,
and in a goofy
he has
wig.
6 fingers on his hand. It's very convincing. It's obviously not just a prosthetic thing stuck onto the end.
Shit is hilarious.
Oh my god.
But yes, actually, I'm gonna put it in my chat on my channel.
Mm-hmm. But guys, make sure to go there and vote. It's awesome. I don't think Ghost Rider I'm not thrilled with either Ghost Rider or Daredevil, but I won't put them quite at the same category of these movies at all. First of all, if you've seen the director's cut of Daredevil, it's decent. It's not amazing, but it does flesh out a lot of the loose ends of the original movie. And Ghost Rider it's Ghost Rider. I don't know what to say. It kind of sucks, but it's not. I don't know. I don't hate it. But I think 200th episode. It's coming up in a while. You guys got plenty of time to go in and vote, but make sure to vote. And while we're on polls, The poll for the comic book for next Thursday is already up and already has more votes than the podcast channel vote poll. So you guys need to stop slacking over there on that podcast channel and go there, subscribe, and keep an eye on stuff going on.
Oh, I just dumped it in all three. I just dumped it in all three's comments. So
nice. Oh, that works. Hey. All right, but thank you guys for watching. Party on. Be excellent to each other. And we'll talk to you guys later.
Take care.
Oh, is that the link there?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't mean to drop it there. That should hit the podcast in my channel. All right, cool.
Nice.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Take it easy.
Like and subscribe.